Good morning. We made it to Berkey. The sun's shining already, so it's going to be an earlier start to harvest today. That is good. Brock's, he's over there somewhere. We brought the fuel trailer down today. But first thing up, door's locked. Yep, we locked them. We got to get the air seeder out. It's time to start planting some wheat. Seeder out. I'm going to unfold it here and we're going to go get our seed wagon and load it up. Brock, your windows are dirty already. Come on, man. Do better. Our seed wagons are in here. We, of course, need the one in the back to start with. That's okay. So Brock's going to pull this one out of here. And we'll grab that other one. Well, we're going to try and use all of it if we can, but I don't know if it all fits. So we're set up here. We got this fill auger on the air seeder, and so this is our split wagon. We got two different varieties. There's a split in the middle. We want to use the back half, and I know how much is in there, and the idea is that we can get stuff calibrated a little bit quicker. So uses hydraulic flow from the tractor. Spin the auger. And we open up the gate. Start filling. We're going to dump some talc in as we go here. Brock says it's full. Now the back half of our wagon is empty, which is good. It means we know we got 3,689 pounds in there. And now we can see how far it plants, and then we can do some math and figure out if our seeding rate is correct or not. Except for that spot. We got to calculate that half a pound in. All right, Brock is heading to the field with the tractor and the air seeder. I'm going to take the fuel trailer over so we can fuel up the combine. And we'll get him started planting. It's 10 o'clock now, so we'll let him run for a couple hours, and then maybe Jack can take over or something, and Brock can run cart for me or whatever. We'll do what we can do. Well, we're planting. So we're going to go out and do a little digging. I made one pass along the end, started the ground here. Just want to check our depth. Make sure the drill is working as it's supposed to. Here, I'll get out of the sun so you guys can see. I don't have a great seed digger, so I got this little itty-bitty screwdriver. Quite a slot there. It's pretty hard to screw up wheat, so, you know, let me dig for a minute. There we are. I'm happy with that. Good depth. They're there, covered up good. Dig a couple more rows, but it looks good so far. What do you think? It looks good. It looks good to me. We got stuff in the ground nice. Those the drill units are a lot different than a planter unit, like on our corn planter or bean planter. They actually are set up a lot like our anhydrous applicator, where you've got an angle blade with a boot behind it, and the seeds coming out of this hose, dropping down through that boot, comes out under this little tab right here. In fact, you can see a pile there from where I stopped because it blows the hose empty. And then this tab is supposed to keep it kind of down in that trench. And then this is the press wheel that presses that seed down into the bottom of the trench. We got a lot of trash here. I don't like seeing all that, but it runs right down in there. And then this is the closing wheel back here that kind of catches the top side of this trench and just pushes the dirt down into it and closes it up. And yeah, all this material and fodder is going to pose a challenge. It'll get better as it dries out through the day. Those blades will cut through it better than now, where it's just kind of crimping it around. Nothing you can do about it. Wait till it's drier. But like I said, it's pretty hard to screw wheat up. This stuff's all going to grow. We got plenty of moisture. We've got heat. It should be fine. What's that we see? Dad bringing the ripper down. Now we got almost all of our equipment here. All we got left is the 8R and the 4020. I can trailer the 4020. We can get it here. Don't need it here, but we can get it here. All right, we are going to let Brock go and plant for a little while. Probably another hour or hour and a half before we can get started running beans, I would guess. Yeah, just a little damp yet. We'll walk across the road, get the combine filled up and stuff, and then hopefully Jack can run this later. I don't get much wheat planting video in the fall, so today is probably your day to see it. So I figured I would show a little bit here. So the meters on this are all right at the bottom of the tank, and then the fan blows the seed to each row unit, but there's no meter at the row unit like there is on the corn planter and the bean planter, where the seed tanks blow seed to the row and then it meters it out. This, it meters it out and then blows it to the row, which is fine for wheat. It's not the most accurate because you got a lot of tube there for things to bunch up and get your spacing thrown off, and with wheat it's just a constant stream. With beans, you want to space them out a little bit more efficiently. So anyway, let her go. Oh man, is having this fuel trailer nice. I don't have to pull right up so that I can't even get the door open. See, when you use the 100-gallon tank in the back of the truck, you got to be so close here that you got to have this open because the ladder won't fold down because you're too close. Yeah. Anyway, let's fuel up the combine. Come on. Well, that's embarrassing. Usually it starts right up. It helps if you move the choke lever and not the fuel shutoff lever. Wrong one, my bad. Oil checks are good. I know we have had some oil burning issues on this combine through the engine oil last year, and it's too early to tell if that has been fixed or not yet, but it's still at the top of the dipstick. Now, whether it was a little over full and it's working its way down real slow, I don't know, but so far so good. Should I top off a DEF tank? Doesn't really need much, but it's here, right? So nice. Get yourself a Boss fuel trailer. You'll appreciate it. All right, Phil is transferring some beans. We had some in the overhead from yesterday that they got drier than we thought they were going to, so he's putting them in a bin. Brock's gonna need seed pretty quick, so we're gonna take this other wagon over of wheat and let him keep going, and then I think I'll go get some lunch and hopefully start combining. Sun's out, it's drying off nice, but it was definitely a heavy fog this morning. Oh, they're getting our fertilizer spread already too. Good deal. I called them line that up this morning. They're on top of it. Reloading. That's what I'm waiting to do. Reload. He just stopped and looked, so I think he's about empty. Hopefully can make it to the end and get over here. All right, we got blah 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 blah. We got Brock reloaded, and he's gonna keep planting. I'm gonna go grab us both some lunch and bring it to him, and then we're gonna combine beans and see if I can get Jack to plant. So, oh, we should adjust that drill. He was off by just a little bit. Didn't quite get as many acres as he was supposed to, so let me make a small tweak. It's time to go. We got a truck. Jack's gonna go plant. Brock's gonna run cart. We're gonna run these 80 bushel beans, and we're gonna have a fantastic day. Pods are dried out. The beans are cracking. They're gonna be 12% before we're done today. Let's go. Get my lunch table set up here so I can eat my lunch while we're combining. All right, we got the covers open. Engage the separator. Let's do this. We'll get our Connect mobile pulled up. We probably got to connect to the combine Wi-Fi, which it never defaults to. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. There we go. Good to go. It's going pretty good here. Doing endros. Yeah. We got a branch we've got to give back to the neighbor here. Thanks, but no thanks. Sweet! It's working. We've got our machine sync working. Nope, we did. I don't know if he touched something or something kicked it out, but whatever. We'll get it figured out. Okay, now we're rolling here. We got some endros done. So there is 60 acres in this field, and these beans were planted later than the ones we did yesterday or the ones on the other side of the truck over there by the woods. We got rained out when Phil was finishing that field up, or he finished that one night and then had this field and the 15 acres across the road behind us to plant yet. We got rained out that night, and I'll have to look, but it was 10 days to 2 weeks later before we got down here. So we will see if that makes any difference yield-wise or not. The other thing we have going on in this field is one of my Ag Explorer foliar feed trials. So we have a block in the middle of this field, about 40 acres, that we sprayed multiple passes of foliar feed stuff on here, and we will see if those made any difference for us. Still really good beans, like running in the 70s, but that's not running in the 80s like we were yesterday. So maybe that planting date has something to do with that, would be my best guess. 14.7, 14.8 moisture, perfect starting moisture. They'll dry out throughout the day, and we'll be good to go here. Oh, before any of you give me a hard time about not letting Brock go get lunch, I bought him lunch and brought it and put it in his tractor for him, so he's fine. Plus, he'd want a cooler with all his own stuff in it, so he's fine. How was lunch, Brock? Proving that I got it for him. Come on, Brock. Answer the call. Answer the...
It's good. Thanks for the chicken and the mashed potatoes and gravy and Dr. Pepper.
Just proving that I bought it for you, that's all.
Yep, you did. You did. I appreciate it.
Brock had to go over and help Jack get the drill filled up again. There's Cedar. So he's working on that. So we had to drive over here and dump into the cart instead of unloading on the go. It's all right. We got to keep that moving, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a two-person job, but it's good to have some help. Well, we're 40 acres in. We have caught the truck. That truck and grain cart are both full, and I'm going to be full when we get to the end here. So I heard that Phil is on his way back. He should be here in a couple of minutes. He hauled that first load into town, and it's taking longer, so hopefully he's just going back to the farm from now on and we can go a little faster. The beans are down under 14. There it is, 13.8. Still really good yield. Average is just under 77. I'm thrilled with it. So we're having a good day. We should keep having a good day, but we got to keep the beans moving. Almost done with this one. Making this pass along the edge here, then we'll have, looks like one more pass after this round, or yeah, about a round left. So we do have 15 acres across the road over there, a little field we call the Creek Flats. That's our hilly field down here. So we'll go catch that quick and then jump back to the field on the south side of the woods over here. So this machine sync's pretty sweet. I can control the grain cart from here, so now I'm filling the back of it. We're gonna get this full. We're gonna fit it easy, so I don't have to stuff it clear full. But I start hitting the button over here, and he slows down, which makes me fill farther forward. About 2 foot every time I hit the button. Get back to where we were, and he's got a cart load. So we got one more pass. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait for him because I gotta get the combine empty to keep fields straight in between fields, which is a little frustrating. And I might have to fold the grain tank hopper anyway to get under the wires going across the road. But we're done with this one. One more pass. Right there is a good example of what soybean maturity and planting date can do. They're not even close, and we're running ours next to it. So now these are early maturity, planted relatively early, earlier than those at least. I have no idea what maturity bean or variety those are, but yeah, drastic difference there. So there's I believe 15 acres in this field. 13, 15, something like that. Our trucks are backed up, and so I don't know if we're gonna have to sit and wait on trucks, help empty them, something. I would love to get the grain cart empty before I unload anything from this field, because it keeps our records straight. We can write stuff down and still have it, keep track of it, but it's a lot harder if we can't empty the grain cart between fields. So we'll see what we want to do. We'll talk to Phil when he gets back in a truck and got him a radio. Alright, well, unfortunately I'm going to have to go unload a truck. Shut the combine down, which I do not want to do at 4:30 in the afternoon, but yeah, that's what we got to do. So it's fine. We're 60 plus acres into the day. We're doing good. We'll get this done no problem tonight and get a good start on the field over there by the woods. I think there's 65 acres there or something like that. So probably won't get it done. Guaranteed we won't get it done tonight before the sun goes down. It gets tough, but if we could get half of it done, we should be able to finish the beans down here tomorrow. So be a good start. Pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And your Volvo, got to drive it home from the field. That's about as much as I've driven it. Maybe once in a week. Anyway, Phil's got an empty truck here, so we're just swapping trucks. He can come back and unload it when he gets to it. Do you know what's fun? Combining soybeans. Especially really good soybeans. It's not as much fun as combining really good corn, but I'll take it. We're having a good time. Waiting on my grain cart guy who had to come and ride with me for a minute, and now he's behind. So I'm not going to make it to the end of the field here because we have good beans, and that's awesome. So this field goes fast. We're almost 10 acres into it already. And Phil is helping Jack get started planting wheat in the field right where we just finished. That's good. The wheat's getting planted. Oh, things are happening today. Trucks. Waiting on trucks. Trucks. We got one. So, opening up ends, our third field of the day. So let's talk about our Combine Advisor package here a little bit. So you guys know that these cameras, right, that we've got in the clean grain elevator and the tailings. So we're going to look at them. This one is the clean grain. It's analyzing that, showing the orange is broken stuff. The blue kind of is light foreign material. Tailings. Here you can see kind of what's going through the tailings and how much. There's some beans in there. There's a lot of pods and you know, the foreign material stuff that we don't actually want in the grain tank. And so it is using these camera images and what it's identifying there, along with our grain loss monitor up here, to determine how to set the combine. Auto maintain, so it's kind of maintaining the target that I set for it yesterday, trying to maintain low grain loss, decent grain quality, grain sample, and I am shocked just watching it the last couple of days at how much it varies things. I have seen the concave clearance set anywhere from 8 to 22, and right now it's at 14. Anything that's blue is kind of being done automatically here. It has turned the threshing speed down. I had that at 600, I think we started at. It's down to 510. The sieve is kind of all over the place too. I've seen that. 6 is about as low as I've seen it. I've seen it up to 12. The chaffer doesn't seem to change quite as much. But yeah, so it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Occasionally the loss monitor goes higher than I would like to see it. Now I have that set very sensitive. The calibration number is currently at like 3 or 4, which is about as sensitive as it gets. So there's not really much being thrown through, but it is detecting it when anything is, more or less. But I would like to see it keep this in the green, right? We've got that green bar there in the center. That's kind of our acceptable loss and where we want it to run. You're never going to capture everything. You expect to see a little bit of loss. You just try and minimize it. But in order to do none, you would be so inefficient in combining anything, you would never get anything done. So it's working, and it's amazing how much it adjusts things. I mean, look, we're slowed our rotor down more here, trying to clean that up. And so far I really like it. We'll get more experience as we go here, but this is as automated as you can make this process, right? We're running auto steer, which is the most basic of automation features that we can have, auto steer. Well, I guess. I mean, we've got automatic header height control, automatic tilt control, the reel speed matching the ground speed, so the header is totally automated. We've got the ground speed automated through our Harvest Smart, right? It's using this. It's automating the speed to keep the engine power where we want it, to keep our grain loss where we want it, low, and kind of fine-tuning all of that. So and it'll, you know, go up to a maximum of 5.5. It's doing its thing. I'm letting it take control of the speed. We've got our active terrain adjust working, which means it'll open the sieve and chaffer, slow the fan speed up, or slow it down or speed it up based on terrain. Now, where it's as flat as it gets here, right? So that's doing nothing down here. But when you're going up and down a hill, it'll automatically adjust that to maintain grain sample. And then we've got our auto maintain taking care of the rest of the combine. I don't need to be in this cab. Other than to hold the seat switch down, there is nothing for me to do here except for turn around on the ends and just make sure that nothing is breaking. And I'm not even watching for rocks, because look, you can't see them, right? Maybe out there, if it was right in the center 2 or 3 rows, I'd see it, but it's either going to float over it or it's not. I'm never going to see it. So this is pretty awesome to watch this thing work. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be too long before we are going to be done for the night. It's going to get tough. Noticeable speed loss and yield loss. They're not bad yet. We can keep going for a little bit. But we got maybe an hour. Yeah, it's a little after 7 now, so that'd be, yeah, that's as far as we're going to get, I think. Oh, man, these are good beans, though. It's fun. Now, these are not quite as good as the ones across the road were, and they're not quite as tall. They're a little bit shorter, which is surprising. They're the same variety of bean. They were planted the same day. I need to go through my records and see if there is something else going on here that we did different. I'm not aware of anything right off the top of my head. But something seems to be a touch different here, and it's costing us. I mean, field average is 73. 73 is not bad. That one there, verified, field averaged 81. 8 bushels is a lot, you know, and maybe it's only 6 or 7 based on the yield monitor data, but still, what's the difference here? Oh, those lights are bright. Let's see, can I? No, can't adjust the brightness of my phone. Somehow I can do that. Oh well. Still rolling here. We're up to 28 acres done in this field. That is good. That means we're almost halfway, which means we should be able to finish down here tomorrow. We've got 77 plus the rest of this field, be 35. That'd be close to what we did today. Let's see. 60 plus 15 is 75 plus 30, almost. So we're at about 105 on the day. Be about what we got left down here. So, yeah, should be doable to get done tomorrow. Conditions change fast. I guess I shouldn't say that because it started happening a while ago, but that monitor there says we need to quit. So we are going to quit at the end of this round. We'll have another truck full, and that's good enough for today. Slowed way down. We're trying to keep the beans in the combine, but they're not coming out of the pods very good. Getting wet material or just damp. You know, the fodder and everything is not flowing through the combine and causing issues. The beans are going over the sieve. So we're gonna quit. Time to call it a night. Fold our grain tank covers down. Brock will empty, should fill that truck, and we will go at it again tomorrow. So we ended up doing 35 acres in this field. That is awesome. I'm thrilled with that. So if I would have maintained my math from before, but 35 plus 60 is 95, plus 15 is about 110 acres today. And we should be down to 30 in this field and 77 in another, so what's that, 107. Should be able to do it tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully we can get a good early start again and keep moving. Brock's going to be here for part of the day, but not all the day, so maybe Dad can get a little seat time in the combine and I can keep the cart running so we can get everything done. But yeah, another good day, more excellent beans, and all is good. We got a lot of wheat planted today. We had to get 100 acres of wheat planted or better. We're going to come down in the morning, keep that moving again, keep planting the wheat, and keep harvesting beans. If we can get done tomorrow night here, combine, and then the process of moving everything back to Waldron starts. So if you're new, we've kind of got a second base here at near Berkey, Ohio, where my dad grew up. We've got just under 600 acres in this area, half of which is beans that we're combining now. But we're 35 miles from our home base, and so we move all the equipment here. We're going to harvest all these beans, and then as soon as we're done, we get to move everything back. Just for the harvest operation, we have to move a combine, a grain cart, a bean head, 3 semi-trucks. I think that's it. So, but we've got lots of stuff down here that's all got to get driven back at some point. We got to get the fuel trailer unhooked, and we'll just take the truck back. There's still lots of fuel in there, so we'll come back tomorrow and fuel the combine up, and we'll probably need some in some of the tractors at some point here. All right, we're done down here, so we'll head back. Thanks for watching today. Have a great night. Like and subscribe, all those things. Even though you can't see me, just do it anyway. There, now you can see. Things are going well.